Let Black Sherif sing on afrobeat, you go run. Let Black Sherif sing on afrobeat, you go run. Music producer Hammer.
All you have heard about Blacko is him singing on trap beats.
Yes.
Let him sing on an afrobeat, they go run.
24 gunshots to my lovely viewers, to everybody watching me on this channel. I salute you and welcome to another episode of my editorial. Today on the bill, where something day, right? Something day. But before I do that, don't forget to subscribe, share your thoughts with me. Your thoughts are humbly welcome and I do not take them for granted. Yes, thanks for the support. All this while, I salute you and I welcome you to another edition once again. Okay, so today on the bill, Ghanaian legendary sound engineer, Hammer Production, who has worked with a lot of Ghanaian artists such as Obrafour, Sarkodie, and the likes, has said something recently, and I want us to look at it thoroughly. All right, he said that, let Black Sherif sing on Afrobeat, you go run. Let Black Sherif sing on Afrobeat, you go run. Music producer Hammer. All right, this was on, an interview session on Ghana's Joy 99 point. Is it Joy 99.9? Yes, part of the multimedia group. And then he said this, all right. Now, before we do a breakdown of this particular topic, let's go and watch what he said. When we come back, we'll take it from there. My name is TJY.
Even now, he's evolved into something else.
Yeah.
But he has another side that people haven't seen yet. And I tell you, if people see that side, they go run away.
Which one is that?
All you have heard about Blacko is him singing on trap beats.
Yes.
Let him sing on an Afrobeat. They go run. Listen, I'm telling you. So far, you see, and his love for trap is what is making him stick to the trap. Even when he sang small on a hip-hop beat from Sac, the countryside, you realize that it was very different,
yeah,
from what we know him to be singing all the time. So he has married his Blacko and his producer. I don't know who he is. I think I met him once. An Obrafour and Hammer situation.
Okay, so welcome back. So that has been it. This is what Hammer said on the show, Joy 99.9 show, entertainment show. And it's in relation to the fact that Hammer worked with, or has worked with, legendary Obrafour, all right? And Obrafour he felt he put Obrafour in a box and only restricted him to rap and then hip-hop, right? To rap and hip-hop. Until he realized another, Obrafour, excusing himself to record with another engineer known as Apia, all right? And then he realized that it birthed another song. So he came to the realization that his artist is not only known for one particular genre, but falls within a diverse, aspect of other genres, all right? So it helped to enable another spot, all right? Another side of the artist. That is Obrafour. So he added up to the fact that he's met Black Sherif sound engineer, and Black Sherif is mostly doing trap beat because they feel that is where his strength is. All right. But we recently saw Black Sherif diverting to another genre on Sarkodie's song, Countryside. All right. And because it was hip hop and rap, Black Sherif gave us another, side of him. So we should wait and see Black Sherif jump on Afrobeat. That would be another massacre for the gentleman. I have personally listened to Black Sherif's current single, Oh No, and I am not much enthused about it. Trust me, that is my personal observation and opinion. I'm not enthused of it, all right, of the Oh No song. All right, I feel he could do better. He can do better. So if Black Sherif has an album coming, we are waiting to see the rest of the songs because the Oh No song is basically a normal tune. All right, do you agree with legendary sound engineers or sound engineer Hammer's assertion that when Black Sherif, or if Black Sherif is given the chance to jump on an Afrobeat song, it will be out of the box. It will be something new we'll see of Sherif. It will be an extraordinary achievement of a song, a banger of the song that will be churned out. All right. So let's discuss it today on the editorial. So like I said, before we go deep down and break it down, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts with me, and don't forget to smash the notification button. It's going to help you or enable you to get notified whenever I post any new video. All right, so let's go deep into it. We've known, or the last time, or recently, just some few days ago, I made a podcast and I asked a question. I vehemently know that wishes, and if wishes were horses, and wishes are definitely not horses. But I put Black Sherif in a box and I asked that if Sherif was to be a Nigerian or he was to be an American, where would he be right now? Because I actually put together that topic or that particular, podcast because I felt structurally the gentleman is not having the backing because of our structure. As a Ghanaian music industry, we don't have a structure. We are struggling to find structures that will accommodate artists to enable them thrive, aside or thrive further than the local, fraternity or local industry and go further to the international market. All right. Other school of thoughts have come to bear and they've made realization to the fact that we need not to surpass Africa and then boom, straight to the world. All right. We can do it with other African countries like Gambia, like Senegal, like Tanzania, other African countries, South Africa. We need to be deliberate about taking our music to the African space before we can dominate the world as a whole, right? So when you go to the whole of Africa, Nigerian music is the toast of town, is the toast of the region, all right? So basically, we've not seen Black Sherif hop onto any Afrobeat journey yet. All right, but let's take the words of legendary producer Hammer, who recently went on a break to pursue another business and is now back into sound engineering or music production. Let's take a toll of what he said. Do you think Black Sherif jumping on to an Afrobeat will be another elevation of grace, another elevation of him, another new level of him? We'll see a different style of him. Do you think so? If you believe so, share your thoughts with me. So let's carry on. All right. Black Sherif is known for trap. Black Sherif recently did one with Sarkodie jumping on a hip hop song, countryside, and that song, it a vibe, like it be serious vibe. All right. But even with the trap, we had Burna Boy jump on it, and that song became a worldwide recognized banger of a song. You get it? But we are yet to see Sherif jump on any Afrobeat song. All right. Now, I recently recalled one of his interviews mentioned that he does a bit of trap, high life, hip life, and other Ghanaian genres. All right. That is what he said. That is what he basically said. So let's put it in this context. Let's imagine and let's wait. Should we basically await to see Black Sherif jumping on or writing songs that are within the Afrobeat genre, or Black Sherif should major on his trap music, all right, trap style of music? Because I said the last time, with the way he started and how he was majoring up and maturing and diversing himself to other ventures of the African music space, he was gradually becoming a global sensation. And indeed, he has become a global sensation, all right, not to the level we want, but he's carved a niche for himself. Let's look at it from this tangent. Can he go even further than that? That is the problem. And that is where I see our music industry, the Ghanaian music industry, failing Sherif. Because structurally, there is nothing to hold on or a deliberate attempt, all right, to push the gentleman to the utmost height he deserves. All right. I basically said something the last time. Let's see him as a national project. All right. If we see Sherif as a national project, we'll get the best out of him. Trust me. Because if we put away, our negative thinking, our egoistic lifestyle, and see him as a national project, to projecting him rather than crabologizing him or pulling him down, if he is able to achieve any milestone within the international space, It does not only celebrate him, Black Sherif, as a person, but it gives a nudge, it gives an extra edge, all right? It promotes and projects Ghana as a whole. You get it? It promotes, or it's going to go a long way to promote Ghana both internally and externally. All right? So that is why I said the last time, we need to have, a plan, a deliberate plan. All right? We need to come together and say that, okay, let's invest this amount of money into Sherif. All right? Either than that, we need to probably pray, all right, for other labels, all right, or for someone who has Sherif at heart to pick him and then project and produce a plan, a 2-year plan, 3-year plan that is going to project him a lot more further, both locally, internationally, all right, both internally and externally, all right, okay, because as it stands now, like I said, he's the only Ghanaian artist I see filling bigger auditoriums. Not necessarily the O2 Arena, but there are 7,000 auditoriums, 3,000, 4,000 auditoriums. He can start with that and warm himself up to the bigger auditoriums. All right? So basically, Black Sherif's first defect that is affecting the gentleman comes down or is basically structure. There's no structure within the Ghana music industry. So when you fall within it, you just have to hope and pray to do things on your own, which is a demerit, a defect to the gentleman. All right. Another school of thought that comes to bear is the lack of, record labels in our system. All right. I've said this a number of times and in my previous podcast that it's basically in the fact that the ground is not fertile for record labels to thrive and do their own thing. All right. One of the biggest bias of a defect that has happened to the industry is our artist managers. All right. Some of the artist managers are even popular than the artist. Okay. So before you know Jack, an artist will leave a label because his manager advised him to do so. I don't want to mention anybody's name. Okay. But we need to be deliberate about Sherif and any other artist that pops up. Now, let's look at Camido. Camido's song Sugarcane is an Afrobeat genre. All right? It's an Afrobeat genre. And because it's rooted within the Nigerian originality, people felt Camido was even a Nigerian. I'm telling you. Okay? People even still feel Camido is a Nigerian until it came to a time where they realized he's a Ghanaian. All right? Okay? So it's not bad to do Afrobeat. But like I said, we need to drop our ego and accept that it is the order of the day and carve a niche around it. We also need to have, consultations, deliberate consultations, and then come together. All right? 2 heads are better than one. And then try to find an original, gen for Ghana. All right, an original gen for Ghana. I've been saying this. I hope it finds somebody who will probably pay heed to it. We need to find an original gen for Ghana. All right, so let's proceed to what Hammer said. All right, I'm just about signing out. I don't linger on with the editorials. I try as much to digest it and dilate it for us to probably see how best we can come to a common goal or arrive at a common purpose. You get it? So what I'm actually saying is that structurally, we don't have structures to push our musicians. All right? That is a defect. That comes as a defect to them, affects them. Because in as much as, or no matter how they go, or they fly, they will still come back to their local base and still hop onto the structure, which doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You get it? So I don't know if I agree with Hammer or I disagree with Hammer. All right, it might have worked for Brafor, or Brafor might have had other, style of music within him, imbibed in him, but would it work for Sherif as well? Do you think Sherif hopping onto Afrobeat will probably emerge another or re-emerge another side of him? Okay, would it? Do you think so? This is basically an editorial where I want the final say to come from you. I want the final observation to come from you. I want the final feedback to come from you. All right, because I'm actually laying before you. Do you think, question of the day, do you think Black Sherif hopping on to an Afrobeat gen or to the Afrobeat gen and then produce Afrobeat songs will, probably bring another side of him? Will it showcase another side of Sherif? That is what I'm asking today. All right, we've seen him doing trap. All right, we've seen him doing hip hop, rap, whatever. Like I said, with Sarkodie's countryside music, that was another side of Sherif. All right. So do you think, just as it worked for Brafo, having that high life, style of genre in him, with birth, a lot of high life songs, do you think it can work same for Sherif? That is up to you, my viewer or my viewers. Share your thoughts with me on this topic. All right, from Ghanaian legendary musician Hammer. But to me, this is my personal opinion. I feel Black Sherif should work within his strength. Black Sherif should work within where his strength lies. He shouldn't force himself to doing Afrobeat if he cannot. All right. As it stands now, we are even struggling to find our gen, our originality. All right. If Black Sherif cannot go ahead to doing, or probably does not see himself doing Afrobeat, may he not, I don't want to go ahead, you know where I'm coming from, may he not touch on it to disgrace himself. If you are not good with a particular gen, don't mess up with it. All right? If you can't do it better and much more better than Nigerians, or do it within the same lane as Nigerians are doing it, and probably you're going to do it and then drop within the low box, or you're going to do it and it wouldn't sound, as good as it ought to be, then please, I beg, desist from it. That is my personal advice and opinion on this topic. All right. So like I said, Sherif is doing well. Structurally, he has issues with our industry. There's no deliberate attempt to projecting him. Deliberate structure, no foundation within the Ghana music industry to project Sherif. All right. Thank God for Empire and other labels that have, signed him. All right. If not for that, Sherif would have been a local champion by now. But with all his achievements globally, all right, with all his achievement globally, can he still hop to the sky? Can he still be that artist we saw flying all over Africa and the world at large? That is a question I cannot answer for myself. But like I said, his recent single, Oh No, to me personally, does not speak to me. The vibe to me. That's my personal opinion. All right. We are expecting more from him, especially with the niche he's carved from himself. Going as far as featuring or getting a feature from Burna Boy should tell you that you need to put in the extra work. And I recently saw him type or say the fact that he wants to bring out his album as soon as possible and focus on his education. To me, personally, I feel, Sherif, you have enough time. You are just 22, 23, 21. You just have enough time. You can do music. All right, take your time, concentrate on music, and project a lot more genres, a lot more bangers. At 30, all right, you can still go to school. Somebody should advise Black Sherif. That is what I've been saying. That is what he needs. All right, he needs positive thinkers to be around him to sound a word of advice or good advice to Sherif. All right, other than that, I don't have anything to say. All right, so this has been the editorial, and we brought to bear what, Ghanaian legendary producer Hammer said in relation to Black Sherif's strength, and then music, the kind of music he can add up to his fold. All right, we did, I basically did an editorial of it, right? We've just had an editorial of it, and I'm looking forward to having your comments under the comment section where I'm going to read feedbacks like I've been doing. So henceforth, going forward, we're going to have feedbacks before we carry on with our exclusives or our podcast. All right. So this has been the editorial. All right. I'm not going to linger on for that much or for that long. It is time to sign out. But before I go, you know what I'm going to say. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button to get notified whenever I post any new video, all right? And then drop your feedbacks, drop your comments under the comment section. I'll read them and then I'll get back and then answer them. It is time to sign out. And you know the name is TJ, like I've been doing. Peace out.